Have you ever walked into a room and felt like people had already formed an opinion about you before you even spoke? It's strange, isn't it? Because respect isn't always earned after a conversation. Sometimes it's decided before the conversation even begins. Psychologists say our brains read silent signals within seconds of meeting someone. Before people know your personality, intelligence, or achievements, they've already started deciding how they'll treat you. Here's the surprising part. The people who naturally earn the most respect are usually the last to realize it. They don't chase attention. They don't try to impress everyone. Yet wherever they go, something feels different. In this video, you'll discover 8 subtle signs people may already respect you more than you think. And stay until the end, because the final sign is so misunderstood that many people mistake it for the exact opposite of respect. Asterisk sign 1. The room gets quieter when you speak. Asterisk. Picture this. You're in a meeting. Several people are talking at once. You calmly say, "Can I add something?" Within seconds, the conversations begin to fade. People stop talking. Heads turn towards you. Nobody told them to listen. It just happened. Most people think this only happens because of authority. But psychology suggests something different. Our brains constantly look for emotional stability. Someone who speaks calmly, instead of competing for attention often, appears more confident and trustworthy. Ironically, the loudest person in the room is rarely the one people respect the most. Real confidence doesn't demand attention. It naturally attracts it. If you've noticed people becoming quieter when you speak, even occasionally, they may already believe your words are worth hearing before you've finished your sentence. But that's only what happens while you're talking. The next sign is even more interesting, because people start changing their own behavior before you've asked them to do anything. Asterisk sign 2. People explain themselves even when you never asked. Asterisk. Imagine you're waiting in line at a coffee shop. Someone accidentally steps in front of you. You don't complain. You don't even react. A few seconds later, they turn around and say, "Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you were waiting." You never asked for an apology. So why did they explain themselves? Psychologists call this asterisk impression management asterisk. When people sense quiet confidence, they naturally become more aware of how they're being perceived. They begin justifying small mistakes without even realizing it. It's not fear. It's a subconscious desire to keep your respect. And the next sign happens so quickly that most people never notice it. Most people never notice the next sign because it happens in less than a second. Yet psychologists believe it reveals something surprisingly powerful about how others see you. Asterisk sign 3. People look at you before they decide how to react. Asterisk. Imagine you're having lunch with a group. Someone makes a sarcastic joke. A few people laugh. Others hesitate. For a split second, several eyes shift toward you. Not because you're the funniest person there. Not because you're in charge. But because, without realizing it, they're waiting for your reaction. If you smile, the room relaxes. If you stay serious, the laughter quickly fades. This is known as asterisk social referencing asterisk. When people feel uncertain, the brain instinctively looks for someone who appears emotionally steady. It uses that person's reaction as a shortcut for deciding what to do. The remarkable part is that nobody plans this. It happens automatically. If people often look at you before reacting, they may already see your judgment as trustworthy. That's a level of respect most people never consciously earn. But the next sign is even more surprising, because many people mistake it for intimidation. Asterisk sign 4. People become more careful with their words around you. Asterisk. Think about your last meaningful conversation. Did someone suddenly stop and say, "That's not exactly what I meant," or "Let me explain that better"? At first, it seems like they're simply choosing their words carefully, but there's often something deeper happening. When people value your opinion, they naturally become more aware of how they're being understood. They don't want to leave the wrong impression, so they slow down, rethink their words, and explain themselves more clearly. Many people mistake this for nervousness, but respect and intimidation can look surprisingly similar. The difference is simple. Fear makes people avoid you. Respect makes people care about what you think. If you've noticed people becoming unusually thoughtful when they speak with you, don't assume you've made them uncomfortable. It may simply mean your opinion carries more weight than you realize. But the next sign doesn't happen while you're talking. It happens after you've already walked away. And that's where genuine respect becomes much harder to fake. What happens after you leave a conversation often reveals far more than what happens while you're in it, because respect isn't measured by how people treat you to your face. It's measured by what stays in their mind after you're gone. Asterisk sign 5. People remember you long after a brief meeting. Asterisk. Imagine meeting someone at a friend's party. You talk for only a few minutes. Nothing dramatic happens. No big stories. No attempt to impress them. A few weeks later, you're walking through a grocery store. Someone smiles and says, "Hey, we met at Daniel's party, didn't we?" For a moment, you're surprised. you barely remember them. So why did they remember you? The human brain meets hundreds of people every year, yet only a few leave a lasting impression. We tend to remember people who make us feel something. Not necessarily the loudest people, but the ones who feel different. Calm confidence is rare, and rare things naturally stand out. While most people try to be remembered, emotionally secure people simply focus on being present. Ironically, that's exactly what makes them memorable. People may forget your words, but they rarely forget how you made them feel. If people remember you after only a short interaction, your presence may be stronger than you realize. But the next sign is even more revealing, because it comes from people who understand confidence better than anyone else. Asterisk asterisk sign 6. Truly confident people treat you like an equal. Asterisk asterisk. Think about the most confident person you've ever met. Not the loudest, the one who never seemed desperate to prove anything. Now imagine talking with them. Instead of trying to dominate the conversation, they ask for your opinion. They listen without interrupting. They hold comfortable eye contact. They don't compete with your stories. They build on them. Why? Because genuinely confident people don't see every conversation as a competition. Psychologists have found that people with healthy self-esteem are less interested in status battles. They don't constantly compare themselves because they have nothing to prove. That's why confident people often recognize quiet confidence in others almost immediately. They respect it. They relax around it. If emotionally secure people naturally treat you as an equal, even when they've just met you, it may be one of the clearest signs that your confidence is already being recognized. But the final two signs go beyond confidence. They're about something even more valuable: trust. By now, you've probably noticed something. None of these signs had anything to do with being the loudest person, the funniest, or even the most successful, because real respect begins much deeper. It begins with trust. Sign 7. People feel safe telling you things they don't tell everyone else. Asterisk asterisk. Think about the last time someone unexpectedly opened up to you. Maybe a coworker admitted they were overwhelmed. A friend confessed a mistake. Or even a stranger shared a personal story after only a few minutes of talking. You weren't asking deeply personal questions, yet they trusted you with something real. Why? Psychologists believe our brains constantly ask one silent question. Asterisk. Am I safe with this person? When someone appears calm, emotionally stable, and slow to judge, that inner alarm begins to quiet down. People stop trying to impress you. They stop pretending. They become honest. That's one of the rarest forms of respect. Admiration makes people notice you. Trust makes people reveal themselves to you. If this happens often, people aren't just respecting your opinions. They're respecting your character. But the final sign is the most misunderstood of them all. In fact, many people spend years believing it's a weakness, when it's actually a sign of quiet respect. Asterisk asterisk sign 8. Some people mistake respect for intimidation. Asterisk asterisk. Have you ever walked into a room and noticed someone suddenly become quieter or more careful with their words? Maybe you've wondered. Asterisk. Did I do something wrong? Probably not. When someone carries themselves with quiet confidence, emotional control, and healthy boundaries, insecure people often become more self-aware. Not because you're trying to intimidate them, but because your presence reminds them of the confidence they're still searching for. Here's the difference. Fear makes people avoid you. Respect makes people listen more carefully. Choose their words wisely, and remember you long after you've left. Those behaviors may look similar, but they're driven by completely different emotions. So if you recognize yourself in several of these signs, don't make the mistake of chasing respect even harder. The people who naturally command respect rarely ask for it. They protect their peace, control their emotions, and let their actions speak louder than their words. Think back to the beginning of this video. Before you ever spoke, people had already started forming an opinion. The real question is, what silent signals are you sending every day? Because the strongest presence in any room is rarely the loudest one. It's the one that never needed to announce itself. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to asterisk asterisk brain, rewired asterisk asterisk for more psychology insights. Because the better you understand people, the better you'll understand yourself.